What's going on, everybody? Today's video, we're going to be talking about the GBP. That's the only instrument I am looking for now for this week. Today is the 23rd of March, 2025. We're coming to an end for the first quarter of 2025. Let's see if we can end this quarter with a banger. Now, let's start with the technical analysis. We're currently, this is GBP USD. Let's go to the futures chart, excuse me. We have this, let's start with the technicals. We have this drop base. We have an explosive candle to the downside. We have undecisive candles, and then we have another explosive candle to the downside. We can see that here is where institutional money came into this market. So we are interested in selling around this price. So let's go down now to the daily to refine our zone inside that weekly zone. So we have this drop, then we have this base, and then we have this drop again. So this is where institutional selling power came into the market. So we are expecting when price comes into that daily and weekly supply zone, we could expect some weakness. So now we are inside that zone. So I am now expecting some weakness on the GBP. Okay, so now that's the technical part. Let's discuss. Let me see. And also, we have this rally, then we have this base, and then we have this drop. If we draw on this weekly chart, this supply zone on the wider version, we can see that it touched to the T, touched perfectly, and then it started reacting. Okay, so that's another thing we have to note. Um, so let's go to the fundamental part of this analysis. We have the retail traders extremely bullish compared to previous behavior. We can see that when retailers were this bullish, price had this drop to the downside. We had 6 weeks of, well, almost 6 weeks of red candles. So in this case, it was only four. But you get the point. We were dropping when retailers were this bullish. Now we are above this point where retailers were extremely bullish and then it dropped. So what could we expect? We could expect a drop in price. And also, it's important to mention that the dollar, it's in a weekly demand zone. So we have this rally base rally price came into that zone and it's kind of reacting off that zone. So we could say that the dollar is in demand zone and then the GBP is in supply zone. What does that mean? That means that the GBP USD Forex pair should start dropping. All right. It should start dropping. Also, we can note that we had this explosive move to the upside, and now we uh it followed by 2 weeks of undecisive candles. Look at these candles. Um, so buyers try to push price up, but they failed, and then sellers try to push price to the downside, but they also failed. So I'm expecting it's kind of undecisive right now, but the technicals and the fundamentals are telling us that price can drop this potentially this week. Okay, so what exactly am I looking for to enter this trade? So if we go to a lower time frames, we're Well, in the higher time frames, we're already in a weekly supply and daily supply. So we have the big brother, small brother principle, all right? And then the dollar is already in a weekly demand. So all I have to do is go to the lower time frames and look for a break of structure. I'm just looking for a sign that buyers are leaving the market and sellers are entering the market. Okay, so if we could see here, we could see clearly we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we also have a higher high, higher low, another higher high, and then with this push, we broke we broke bullish structure, now making it bearish structure. What am I waiting for? I'm just waiting for a little pullback. And after the pullback, I'll be waiting for an entry confirmation to continue to the downside. We also can see that price broke below the EMAs. So every time price is below the EMAs, we could expect that we are selling, and every time price is above the EMA, we can expect the price should continue going up. So now we broke below the EMAs, we're expecting a push to the downside. Also, we could see a beautiful head and shoulder. We have the left shoulder right here. We have the right shoulder, which could be considered a double top here. Okay, and then I'm just waiting for the right shoulder to form to have to form the right shoulder and then wait for a bearish engulfing or an entry confirmation uh, entry candle signal. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Maybe during the week I could see another potential trade setups, but for now, this is the only clean setup that I am waiting for. All right, I'll keep you guys updated on GBP USD. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.